Hi guys, it's Brittany. So, today I'm gonna be doing a movie review. Oh, and yes, I am like this video. I'm just trying out this angle near the tree to see how this is because last time I feel like there was more shadow on my face than there was of light. So, I'm just trying out this angle to see how it is right next to the tree. So, hopefully it looks good. So yeah, I'm gonna do a movie review on Elf. So, Elf was released in theaters November 7th, 2003, directed by Jon Favreau, and of course, we have this great cast with Will Ferrell um, as the main character, which he thinks he's an elf when he's human, but so yeah, he plays Buddy the elf, and you know, like I said, we just get this great cast, and yeah, this is a really great story too because it's this really heartwarming but also very funny story, and everyone did such a good job, and because with the story, as from what we see is that Buddy, he had uh he was in an orphanage when he was a baby, but then when Santa came to visit, I think to drop off the presents at the orphanage, he crawled into Santa's bag, and since then he was raised um, by Santa, and he was raised with elves. And there was one elf that did raise him, like his own, but through pretty much his whole life, he thought that he was the only elf growing up, getting taller and growing. But actually, he came to realize that that's not the case. So he came to realize that he's not an elf, but he's in fact human that was raised by elves, and that he was in an orphanage, and that his biological mother had passed away, and it was his father that had uh, that put him in an orphanage as a baby. And so of course, as he gets older and when he becomes an adult, he actually wants to go and find his father, of who his father is. And so when he comes to realize, um, about where he came from, and who was his mother and father, then he starts to look for him, and then he sets off on the journey to New York, and to see who his father is and to find him. And of course, um, James Caan, who played his father in the movie, like he did a great job, and so when he goes to find him, it's this very first awkward meeting at first, but later he's trying to spend time with him. He wants to get to know him, but with his father being a very busy businessman, he seems to get very irritated and annoyed quickly by Buddy, and he doesn't really believe it at first that it's his son. But then when they did a blood test, and then he realized that he still wasn't really trying to get to know him. So he just seemed like he just wasn't interested. So his character just seemed not very open and friendly and just insensitive. And but with Buddy, on the other hand, he's the very likable character where, where he's just very friendly, and he, loves to sing. There's just many things. He's just like this, like I said, this likable character, and he'll greet anybody. He'll say hi, and yeah, he's just this friendly character where, like no matter what's going on or no matter what's been said to him, he'll just talk back in a way as, being friendly as he is. And so, yeah, so when he gets to stay the night or spend, I'm not sure for how long, with his father and with his new wife and with his son, other son, he's very friendly towards them. He's very nice and everything, and they seem to like him, but he doesn't really seem to like him back, and he just seems to get very irritated very quickly. And but other than that, like, we get those parts where, if we get those sentimental parts and those really funny parts. And so I think, this story just played out very well. And like that, I just love to how this story was done, and with the cast and their performances. So yeah, it's a really great story. And plus, knowing that even Buddy himself had a love interest, and how they were getting to know each other, and then at some point they had gone together, and of course by the end of the movie, yeah, I believe they've gotten married. They have a baby. So yeah, this is just a really great Christmas heartfelt story, with some really funny parts along the way. And, everyone did such a good job, with everything. And, yeah, I would say, to rate it, I would definitely give it an A. I would give it 4 stars for it being entertaining and funny. I would give it, I would say 7.8 out of 10. And definitely, I would say, I'm trying to think. Maybe 78%. So yeah, so this is my review and rating on Elf, and hope you enjoyed this. And to see more movie content like this, click on the bell and you'll be notified when I upload. And just so you know, there'll be more videos coming your way, and I'll be uploading one every other day for you to see. And yeah, can't wait for that. And also, for those who may or may not know, I don't know, for those who might be on Twitter, I mean, I know they call it X, but I don't call it X. I still call it Twitter. But for those who are on there, I have mentioned this. And now, for those who may not know, is that I have mentioned that I am thinking of starting a podcast. I am, because that just seems like a lot of fun to do. And on the podcast that I want to do, is where I want to talk about movies, dreams, and the paranormal. Although I'm not sure how to do it. I don't know if I should mention one thing, like one of those topics in each episode, or I don't know if I should do it where I talk about all of those things in one episode, but maybe go through them very thoroughly and then change the subject, and then move on to the next subject after that. So I don't know how to do it, but I'm thinking of doing it soon. I don't know when. It could be, I would say sometime. Bleh, I'm sorry. I can't speak. I'm thinking maybe starting the podcast, I would say, in the new year. Starting with the new year. So, yeah, I just thought I should let you know that, and I can't wait for that. And I am looking on where to start. And yeah, I am thinking when I do start, I will upload those episodes of the podcast on Spotify and on YouTube as well. So yeah, and of course, and I think I'll probably also get to talk about things that maybe I've never had mentioned before, and that should be interesting. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed this movie review, and again, to see more movie content like this, subscribe, click on the bell, and you'll be notified when I upload. That's all for today, and I'll see you at the movies.